Hey everybody, it's the Scuttlebutt here. In an absolutely diabolical, shambolical, disgusting situation in the county of Suffolk, UK, as hundreds of sexual abuse victims have had their names, addresses and dates of birth and details of the alleged sexual offences committed published on the Suffolk Constabulary Police Force's website. You heard that right. All the victims' details have been published online, publicly published. A Suffolk Constabulary spokesman on behalf of the Police and Crime Commissioner, Tim Passmore, pictured on the picture there, said Suffolk Police were made aware of some personal information which should have not been uploaded, was publicly accessible on the Suffolk Constabulary's website. This matter was resolved and the information can no longer be accessed. We take our obligations under the Data Protection Act very seriously. Really? Some information is a feckin' play with words by Plod to try and play down this massive incident. Victims' anonymity, that's a good word, anonymity, their names, addresses and dates of birth was all these poor people had left of their once proud dignity after being abused, raped and tortured and defiled by scumbag sexual predators. And now the one organisation that should have been a pinnacle of justice, a shining light of trust and hope, has let these people down in a massive way, totally devastating any last vestige of hope, dignity and humanity that they may still have had. And what has Officer Dibble offered these poor tortured souls? £5,000. That's it. £5,000. And that is only if you know that your name was on that publicly accessible list. It is a meagre compensation, a list that is now in the hands of God knows who. When Boris Johnson promised an extra 20,000 police, men and women up and down the country, you had hoped that victims of crime would have been treated a lot better and there'd be less of them. But here we are now having more victims at the hands of the police. Can you believe it? A full independent inquiry needs to take place right now, and every person who is on that list, not just the ones that know they were on the list, every single person who is on that list needs to be contacted by victim support and offered comprehensive help and compensation. The Suffolk Rape Crisis Organisation said, although the police say the information was apparently online for a short period of time, this would be long enough to put women and men at risk of further violence. Survivors of sexual violence have reported to the police and are entitled to a lifetime of anonymity, the charity said. This is just the latest breach to hit the UK police. In December of the last year, the Police National Database, a system that contains information of millions of people, suffered a supply chain attack that saw data of UK citizens uploaded onto the dark web. IT services provider DACOL, which has access to the PNC, was hacked by a ransomware gang. The data was eventually taken down. However, leading experts believe that the criminals had either been found by the police or the cyber gang had been approached by a higher bidder for the data. In 2020, there were over 2,300 data breach incidents reported by 22 of the UK police forces. That's just the ones that have been reported, according to the Freedom of Information request. The results revealed a national average of 299 data breaches per police station in the period dating from 2016 to the fourth month of 2021. Feckin' shame on you, Plod. Feckin' shame on you, Officer Dibble. This is not funny. This is people's lives. And I'm absolutely so angry because these poor victims came to you for help and you have let them down drastically. Badly you have let them down. And I can just see many people going under through this. That's just one straw that has broke many camels' backs here. Anyway, I'm going to get angry if I do any more reporting on this matter. Shame on you, Suffolk Constabulary. Shame on you, Boris Johnson, for recruiting utter incompetent idiots into the force. Scuttlebutt out. Ding ding.